Hello, this is Kinch with Barndominium Floor Plans. This video is going to show some different plans we have, some of the more popular ones, as well as some different custom plans, as well as modifying some of our plans. So right now we're looking at our website. We've added and quite often add new plans. This is a modern farmhouse. Version A, we have a couple of these, and one thing we will be showing you is a version of this in a normal metal building barndo rectangle form as well. Let's just review the website really quickly before we jump in to see some plans. So once you get past the very top part, we have a link to a lot of plans. One of the plans we're going to show you on the stock plan is a Clementine. It's one of the more popular. Also note though, several of these plans are very similar down here. So as you're thinking, oh, I may like this one, I want that one instead. If you dig into this, you're going to find out that they're similar with some differences. So we're going to actually show you some of these modified as well. So the Clementine is quite popular. If you look at the right side of the plan, you'll see the garage is not the same size, same width, the 50-foot wide as the rest. Some people like that, some people want to change it. Why would they like that? For the view of offsetting the roof right here. Having two different roof lines will often break up what looks like a huge building. So that's something to check out, whether or not whether it's this plan or another one. As long as you have a shop or a garage, you can think about, hey, what's the difference in cost if I want my shop higher or my house higher of an eave height, wall height and such than the rest of the building. We're also going to show you a home only. So a lot of people, and I'd say a lot, maybe 20% of people are building these as a regular stick build with metal on the outside and sometimes don't have a shop or a garage attached. And in the case of no shop or garage, you may find that in your specific area, it's quite a bit cheaper to build this as a stick home with metal on the outside and a metal roof. That's something always to check, because some places the prices are astronomical. Other places the prices are also high because people have not done this before. So they're just not sure what to do. And then in some cases, it's good just to say, hey, I'm building a home, and not even call it a barndominium, because people that make loans sometimes do not know, oh, I'm not sure if I can loan you money for a home that's a barndominium. What is that? Also, a couple things on the website before we jump in. We have a contact us page. We prefer that. Yes, we can take your phone call, but ideally, you're going to first submit your information before a call. You're also going to be able to check out and learn a lot of stuff on this website, from the FAQs. We have a Facebook group, Facebook page. 30, maybe 40,000 people are in the Facebook group now. So when you ask, hey, does somebody build in my area? It's not best to ask us as a company. It's best to ask 30, 40, 50,000 people out there, hey, do you have somebody you would recommend in this area? So we also link to that and can show you that. Financing, if you have a question about that, if you're not sure if someone will finance for you, drop us an email, or a message, I should say, and we will send you who we know for your state. Some states have lots, some or most states we only know of one bank that will loan there. So we will send you what we have for the current time. Pricing, what kind of pricing do we have? It's all laid out here for the different options. Very few people buy a starter plan just because it's just an outline of the plan. The stock plans are decently popular, but by far most people modify or come and want a custom. Once again, more information for slabs, the building process, building types, lots of information here, as well as online on the Facebook group and Facebook page. All right, let's jump into the plans. Oh, as a quick preview, let's jump over here to the stock Clementine. So once again, this is one of the more popular plans, and this porch is by far the most popular. If someone wants a different look for their barndominium, it's the gable type look. This gable actually comes out further than the rest of the porch. Some people have smashed that back or made it back equal to the length. Some people have also made this wider. Anything's possible, and really anything's possible for us to draw, but when it comes to you finding someone that can implement it, it all depends on what they're willing to do for you and what they're familiar with. Let's look at the actual plan as well. So all of our stock plans, you're basically seeing the exact stock plan. They come with the floor plan, the electrical plan, 3D renderings, 2D elevation drawings. And some people want these just to see what it looks like. Other people really need these to get them approved for their loan and such. So if you did a custom plan, you could say, hey, I don't want to see these. By far, probably 98, 99% of people do get the elevation drawings. So in this floor plan and all floor plans, people say, hey, what about plumbing and such? well, that's also an FAQ. Plumbing is actually pulled from these plans in that they look and say, hey, there's sinks here, a bathtub here, a toilet there. Okay, we have to run plumbing down this wall. Okay, for the tub, we have to box some plumbing into the concrete slab. The extra dimension we give you for plumbing is for the toilets. We actually tell you exactly how far that is off of a wall. And then based on the toilet, they're going to base that off the other wall. But once it comes to plumbing in the slab, where is it going? We don't know. We don't include that. And something I always like to point out to people, we're not giving you the structural plans. We're not stamping these plans because we don't do that. We can't do that for all 50 states, so we don't do it for any states. These plans are for you to lay out and build the inside. What happens here, and we'll show you when we get to their plans that are being a stick build, this exterior wall, there's a thickness here. And we are usually saying, hey, we say this thickness is, let's say 8 inches or 10 inches. That's thinking you're going to build inside a metal building, a metal frame. And then you're going to frame a 2x4 wall with a 1/2 inch sheetrock to the inside of that. So that's kind of our assumption there. And if you need that modified, we can modify that. Other people realize they can take a dimension, such as this 16'4", and if their exterior wall is 2 inches less, they're going to take 2 inches off of that. So they're going to print this plan full size, 24 inches by 36 inches for each page, and they might redline and cross that out. All right, so let's look at a customized plan here. So once again, this is one of the more popular layouts. Some people take away the back door and such, some don't. Some change the garage size, some change the garage doors. You name it, people have wanted to change it. All right, so if you look at this, you're like, that's kind of similar. The roof has a little extra piece right there, yeah. Okay, the doors might be in a slightly different place. The garage is also just as wide as the home. Front look, very symmetrical with the windows. So when we dig into the floor plan here though, let's note over here on the bottom right-hand side in the shop, there are stairs. So this home's gonna be tall enough that they can have storage above or a loft area above either the garage and or the living area. We do have a 2-story plan, I'll show you in a bit. Some people just have us draw stairs and they're like, we know we're gonna have a loft open area above for storage, or we don't want you to draw that. We can draw that. The pricing was on the price page there. This home also, I noted it because I said, it's been really customized. So the darker line separating the garage and shop pops out there. Also, there's a full bathroom access to the shop. That area right there. You name it, we can draw it, and also most builders can do it. My parents, who are living in a barndominium that they built probably 8 or 9 years ago now, their home also does this. It's a metal wall separating the garage and the living area, which is great for safety, but also it pops out because they wanted certain things bigger. In this case, that walk-in closet has extra space. They're like, I want a huge walk-in closet. I want basically an island in the closet. Also to note, they have a door going to the laundry mudroom from their closet. Like, they wanted convenience of that. That's what they've got. They also have an extra closet in the bathroom. On the stock plan and other plans, sometimes you will have access to the closet from the bathroom. You're going to take up space for that, but you can have an entry from the closet. From the bathroom to the closet, as well as the bedroom to the closet. This one has a rounded wall in the pantry. They wanted that look in their master bedroom, so it followed over to the pantry. So that curved line kind of in the middle of the plan. That's a walk-in pantry in the middle of the corner of the kitchen. Some people don't want that there. Some people will move the pantry back over to a part of the mudroom, let's say, or part of the laundry room. Any of those areas. In a lot of our plans, you could always pop into or build out another room into the shop or garage area. Something else that's very common for that is a safe room. If you are in Tornado Alley or someplace with hurricanes, you may very well build a concrete walled room in there that is a bit safer, that's tied in rebar into the actual slab. So other than that, most of this plan's kind of similar. They just wanted to tweak some different things. The shop sizes, once again, we change those for people if they deem that, hey, I really want the shop to look exactly what I want it to look like, either for loans or just to see it. Other people realize that when you go to pick your metal building, they're still going to ask you, hey, what size building, what size, and where are your doors? Those are all things we want to know. How tall? What's your eave height? Eave height on these plans, when we ask, on this sidewall right here, how tall is that? From the ground up, how long are those sheets of metal. And one thing I got to point out, we don't provide a concrete slab foundation plan. Ideally, you're going to get a soil sample report. The metal building you pick is going to tell you, hey, you need to have supports right here, or we're going to concrete in columns or things to weld to right there. But I thought of that because I saw a horror story where someone poured a concrete slab for a metal building, Barndominium home, and they did not have it where they had a tin ledge, or think concrete or brick ledge. You want your concrete, this side right here, on the very edge to be lower than the rest of your home, because this tin, when the metal comes all the way down, you want that to hit down lower than the rest of your home. Why? So water cannot get up and climb up that wall. Also to note, it's on the website as well, often the garage will be a couple inches lower. That's so that any heavy vapors and such, they will not also want to go into your home. They'll want to go out. If something leaked a lot of water or fluids, it would not go toward your home. It would stay away from there. So your slab, either the area where you park your cars or the whole slab for the shop or garage, can and should be lower. All right, so here's the example on this plan. Once again, pretty much the same plan, but it's been tweaked again. They have a safe room. They also have stairs in the shop, but over in the shop garage area, you will see the big black lines. They're like, hey, please, 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 let's have this. Please add the note, I should say. Safe room, floor, ceiling, walls. So we add notes. Some things that you want on the plans are just simply going to be notes that are going to be used as the builder. And different trades use the plans. I don't remember anything else. Oh, the utility room. It's more of a utility room instead of a walk-in closet to the washer dryer this time. They didn't do that. Anything else? Once again, the shop and garage is now the same width, which is 50. On this plan, some people will think, hey, I want to mark my outside water spigots. And if you want us to do that, we just have to know. And you can tell us and we will include that. Some people will also include outdoor lighting. Make sure we add that. So water spigot, once again, top right over here. Walk doors. Most people have a walk door, which is a man door in the shop and garage to get in and out. Some people don't. All right, let's go down. We haven't looked at the electrical layout here. So people tell us, hey, I want ceiling fans everywhere. I want no ceiling fans. I want one in the living room. I want two. I want chandelier lights. By default, we're assuming you're going to do canned lighting throughout. That may or may not be your choice, though. So you might tell us, no, we don't want that, or we want canned lighting and ceiling fans in the bedrooms. You let us know when we're modifying or making a custom plan, and we will do that for you. All right, so now we're going to check out the stock modern farmhouse. We have a couple of versions of this, as well as somebody has already wanted to make, once again, a standard, more of a rectangle type Barndominium home out of one of these plans. So the outside look, the garage on this one, it could go the full width. We've also, I believe, already had somebody continue the regular roof line all the way back through the garage. And that gave them the option of having a larger loft area where they could have a bedroom back above the garage that was accessed from the living area. I believe these plans both show, let's see, get back up to the floor plan. Okay, no, the other version actually shows a spiral staircase. That can once again be changed. This is a staircase that has a landing there as you go up. People like this layout of the open layout here for the kitchen, living, and dining areas. So much so that someone came with a, hey, I want a custom plan, but I really want that layout right there. So that's something you can consider. Is that the kind of layout open you want? Do you want it left to right, top to bottom, etc.? This plan, if you notice, had a porch cut out. Some people, as you'll see for the customized one, they don't want the porch cut out there. They don't want that look. They don't like that look. This plan has the Jack and Jill bathroom as well as a half bath off of the office in the bottom left. Has the master suite. Has a separate pantry and mud room entry from that shop or garage. Some people are not going to want the garage at all. They're going to say, I want a separate building for that, or I want a carport for that. You name it. Over the last 3-4 years, we've made a lot of plans with lots of customized options. For this stock plan, we actually show two different loft layouts that we came up with that you could take them or leave them. Some people don't want the loft at all. One lady was like, hey, I just want it to be all open from the kitchen all the way to the living great room area. All open. Just like the look of that, can have windows up high and such. You may come to us and say, I love the downstairs. I want to change the loft area. I want 1 bedroom only, and I don't want it to wrap around like this bottom left does. 2-dimensional elevation drawings, once again, those are included with all the stock plans. Usually everybody that modifies or gets custom plans also gets them. So we show some different eave heights. The roof pitches, people can choose that as well. Here's the other stock plan. On this one, on the top here in the corner, we basically have cut out part of the plan. You could add that back to add another room, to enlarge something else. You could have that there. We're just basically showing you, hey, we like this layout, we created this. But you once again have freedom. You could also say, I don't want to extend the roof. This is a roof extension there past the chimney for your porch area. Let's check out this plan. Once again, very similar in that you've got this open layout. This one shows the spiral staircase. And we actually grabbed an actual metal building plan to make this. So on this plan, I'm going to zoom in here. You're going to see these like reverse C's. I'm going to zoom in. That's actually the columns that would support this actual building. And in such case, I believe the ones back on the left, some buildings are going to have bracing. As an example, if you buy a building first and it has bracing, that's really going to constrain what you can do for your doors and your windows. We're dealing with somebody right now that did that. The middle 30 foot of their building has braces. And where exactly you can put windows or doors around those, not exactly sure. I mean, we should be able to calculate kind of closely, but they didn't realize that by buying the building first and not realizing what they're going to do with the interior, it really can limit, and you have to move things around quite a bit because you may have to have a window, or you should, in all your bedrooms. So what else on this plan? Anything special? This one does not have the indoor-outdoor fireplace. I believe the other one does. Some people really like that idea. If that fireplace could also mirror over to the porch, you could enjoy it from both sides. I didn't mention redline changes, I don't believe, but some people will basically buy this plan and realize, hey, I'm going to change those closets and swap that, or I'm going to move this wall 2 feet. I'm going to add some water spigots, or I want a ceiling fan there and you don't have one. You can pay us to make those changes. I would caution you first to wait to make sure that your builder says, yes, get those plans redone, versus having us do that just to save you time and money so you can get out quickly. And if you need to, you can come back and do that. Also, if you buy a stock plan for the $595, you can always apply that toward modifying the plan later. So some people come back and say, hey, yes, I do want to change this or change that, or I've got this other dimension now that I've got a contractor picked out or a builder picked out. All right, let's get to the customized one. So this is basically very much the modern floor plan, but with a regular Barndominium look. Although they kept the backside with this garage, which I don't know if we'd ever done one like this before, until they saw the layout of the modern and said, hey, okay, I'm not going to do that exact roof line. I'm going to keep it more of just a simple pitched roof and add a wraparound porch. And here we go. So let's look at the floor plan here. So you'll look, oh, that does look kind of similar. But you might notice that down here on the bottom side, the master now consumes almost that whole area. And one thing as I look at this, they have that half bath off the front. I would probably move that half bath up to where it's equal with the other wall for the closet, and then the closet could bump out and take up that space to have even more closet room there. That's on a couple of the plans. You'll notice things like that, like, oh, I love everything except, okay, well, that's a pretty simple change. You may or may not even want us to redline change, or you may not need us to change it. It might just be a redline change. But often you can think, oh, what would I use that space for? And this layout, either I'd make that a full bathroom and put a tub down there. Although this, I think with only 3 bedrooms, you probably don't need 3 bathrooms since you have a Jack and Jill. But I might slide that up and use that for closet space and or just enlarge the bathroom somewhere else. On this plan, they did not want a tub in the master, so it's a huge shower, walk-in shower there. Let's see what else. That one doesn't have a separate pantry and mudroom. It's a combination with a door to the outside as well as the door to the garage. Other people, once again, will extend this garage like, I am getting a Barndominium, usually the guy saying, because I want a huge shop or huge garage. You could obviously either continue the roof line or, as they did, have a different roof line to have a smaller garage back there. All right, let's see a custom 2-story. And as I say that, I should point out that a lot of people want a 2-story, so they will have us customize any of our stock plans to add a loft area. We've done that quite a bit, and we don't show all those on the website, although the website has links to other versions of quite a few of the plans once you get down there. So this guy had already taken a metal building at one point and converted to, I believe he said, an office for car sales. In this case, he knew, okay, I'm going to buy the same kind of building. I've already done this before, but it's a little bit different. He's going 2-story, quite a large building, and he was even thinking about resale as he did this. So he was really thinking about square footage and the layout. But what's interesting here is the actual building, if I remember correctly, the porch is inset back there. So the top right of this plan, the building structure goes all the way out, and then he's going to build a wall back in, I'd have to see here, 9 feet or 8 feet in to have his porch area there. So let's zoom back down here, and where's it at? Right here. Oh no, actually this is a little roof lean-to. Okay, the difference was his garage has these 3 windows in the bottom right-hand side there. That actually, the garage is going all the way out there to get a bit more space, and obviously the front of the house, he'd like the look having the extra windows there. Lots of windows, lots of light will come in. Something else I should mention, most of our plans we have mirrored left to right. Some people want to mirror them left to right and top to bottom for how they're going to lay it out in their property. Neat thing also you could do is take a plan and only mirror half of the living area. We've done that on some of the plans. It would break up your living room and dining room area usually and separate those. So it's not quite as the open floor plan, but some people definitely would like that. So in this floor plan, I'm trying to remember if there's anything special here. Has the fireplace. I think he was up in the northeast. So definitely a good place where he could use a fireplace. I seem to believe he had a walk-in cooler. Yes, right here he had a walk-in cooler put in there. We showed that the stairs might have that roof line be a little bit smaller there for the cooler. So it might have a little slope there. You all get to pick your ceiling heights. We note that on all the plans if it's vaulted or if you have an 8-foot, 9-foot, 10-foot. What else? The second floor here, huge loft area in the middle and bedrooms and bathrooms. A lot of square footage here. Let's see, that's about a 50 feet. That's 50 by 60 upstairs. So quite a bit. Once again, so here is the garage entry. This left-hand part here with those windows is actually part of the shop and garage area. Showing a brick fireplace all the way up. Lots of ceiling fans. By default, unless you specify something special like in the shop, which we ask for, hey, do you want a welder plug? Do you want something else, some special plugs in the ground or in the concrete slab, which I believe are right here. We actually have some of those in the great room. You can tell us where you would like those so that can be put in by the plumber or electrician before that slab is poured. Anything else I can think of that you would note? Oh, I believe also this might be a wood-burning pizza oven since it's round in the kitchen down there, if I remember correctly. Come back up to the floor plan. Yeah, in the garage, the top left here, we have dotted lines showing he knew he was going to run an I-beam across there. So he wanted us to note that just to make sure that people realized, hey, we're going to have to account for this to have the support there. All right, and now our last example is taking the shop off, just a home. This happens, I don't know if it's 5-10% of the time. People are like, I'm not building a shop. Some people are like, please take that off. We want the exact floor plan to look proper. In addition to that, this plan, we have a 6-inch exterior wall. Some people are going to build with 2x6s, and with 1/2-inch sheetrock, you've got a 6-inch exterior wall. We're not including the metal on the outside, or if you had brick, we could. Every so often, somebody will have us draw a tin line or brick line on the plans. It's just something, once again, to don't have a flat slab. If so, before they put that tin on there, have them grind away the outside so that your tin is lower. I feel like I should say that weekly on the Facebook page and Facebook group, just to make sure no one else gets in that situation where they're going to have to keep sealing the outside of their house to keep the water out. So if you had a 4-inch or 2x4s, you would have a 4-inch exterior thickness. Trying to zoom in here so we'd show 6 inches here. Other things people change, they'll add a fireplace, take off a fireplace. This plan, oh, now I'm blanking on if it's the Ambrose or Clayton or which one it is. Quite a few people have liked this plan and bought this as a stock plan as well as modified it. And I'll go back to the website here as we wrap up. I don't remember anything else specific. This is a good example where they still like the gable front look. Still showing metal on the outside. So we say more than 25 plans because some of these, once again, have several different versions. Let's click back on this Clementine. All right, here's a Clementine. And we note several places on several plans. See more versions of this. Oh, let's click over here. So here we go. This one, you might go, that does look different. Yes, there's a huge amount of space there from the master to the office in the bottom left. Also, the width of the shop is now the same size. So just something to realize, we may have several versions of the plans that aren't listed at the top of the website, but once you get down to the plan, that's where we can show something. This one right here, version 5, it's mirrored left to right. The shop is still smaller. So there's differences that we deemed enough to show you, at least to give you ideas. And we probably have, or we should have these already as stock plans. If you like it as is, we can provide that to you as well. I might as well throw this in there. Let me show you an example of a floor plan using Microsoft Paint. Basically, we want to detail all your changes, know what they are, to put this in a quote, to detail the quote as well with the different changes. So in this case, Paint, once again, is very easy to use. If you have Microsoft, you can do lots of things. You can copy and paste and move things around. These are just notes. This will go in a quote, and it will be like RV hookups over on the right-hand side, and septic. What are the hookups? Windows right here and here. If we know the size of the windows, we will put those in there. There's markings saying 3 feet. We want these doors this tall, this wide. Oh, by the way, we want them 3 feet from the corner. We want cabinets somewhere. What else? The porch is going to be 55 feet long, not the normal length. We want an electric fireplace. We want a 4x4 island in the kitchen. And actually, this plan being the Quinlan V2, I believe we took the Quinlan original kitchen and we're adding that back in here. So there's a separate dining area to the bottom. So these are examples of changes somebody wants. Hey, I want to add this door and have it swing the other directions on here as well. So we like to detail everything laid out this way, especially if it's a modified plan. If you want a custom plan, we really want you to take the time to do a very crude sketch. It can be very crude, and then also give us as many details as possible. When you come to us and say, hey, I want a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, it's very hard to want to take on that work, because if you don't know what size rooms you want, even closet size is good if you can give us some info. Hey, how many sinks do you want in the master, if it's a master suite? That really helps us get things nailed down so we can deliver these things pretty quickly. People will ask, how long does it take to get a plan? Once we get this all figured out, we like up to 10 days. That's what we say. Now, if things are really, really busy, it could take longer. Usually that's not the case, but we like 10 days to kick it back to you. Then you're going to review it and you're going to get it back to us, and we'll go back and forth a few times. We include revisions. We say 2 in the quote for all these plans, so you get 2 go-throughs to, hey, let's change this, let's change that. Now, if there's something else you have to change, it can sometimes slide in, but we do include revisions as well as on electrical. Basically, though, we like to get these details figured out, that way we can get a price to you and work off that with all the details as well as the sketch. So once again, the website's a great resource. The Facebook page, also something you can join if you'd like to see our posts, as well as the group. The group is Barndominium Homes. The Facebook page is Barndominium Floor Plans. There's the modern. That's a pin to post. But we've got lots of people here posting questions and recommendations for builders, pricing, you name it. People are asking questions here to get some answers and such. So any questions, once again, the Contact Us page is the best way to get a hold of us. For phone calls, that's the best way too. You submit your information. If you want to provide a sketch or something else, once you contact us, we will reply and you can send that to us.